Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the searching technique in data structure. Actually, there are two types of searching techniques are there in data structure. Means whenever we are going to search a particular element in an array or in a linked list, there are two types of techniques are there. One is your linear search or sequential search, another one is your binary search. So in my today's class, we will discuss about the linear search and its time complexity, right? So before going to discuss about the linear search, so I can say that this is a searching technique in which we have to search each and every index of the array, and that means from the starting index to the end index, and after going to the end we will decide whether the element is present or not. So let us consider my array is like this. Suppose this is my array. I want to search my key element, suppose 25. So whenever I want to search my key elements from this array, suppose this array is of size 8. The array size, that is here 8. So whenever I will search my key elements, linear search is saying that you have to search the element from each and every index. That means you have to first search the element in your 0th index. That means a of 0, whether your key is available or not. If it is not available, then you have to go to this one element, then 2 index, then 3 index, then 4 index, up to end of the array you have to search. That is why it is called as the linear search. So before going to this, how you will find out this, I have some codes that I have written in C languages. In this language, how we are representing this array and how we are searching and what is the time complexity, let us check it. So here what happens, to search the element in a linear way or sequential way, what I did, I have taken one array. This is my array, and this n is for my size of the element. I is the index that I want to, from starting index to end index I want to go, and key element what I want to search. These are the variables that I have declared from the beginning. Suppose here for my array my size is 8, so I have taken n is equal to 8. So what I have to do, first thing is I have to enter this array elements, then only I can search, na? So I have taken one for loop here. For I is equal to 0, I less than equal to n means n is 8, less than n means 7, I plus plus, each time you have to enter the elements and store it in a of I. So this array elements will be entered in this. This is my enter part, entering data. So data will be entered. So after that what we will do, we have to check, we have to ask what is our key. So then I have asked printf enter the key to search, which one you want to search. So you have entered it and kept it in key. Suppose you have entered 25. So now the task is in linear search. We have to search our key element with our array elements and each and every element of the array sequentially. So whenever we will sequentially search, so we have to traverse our array from 0th location to the n minus 1 location. So here our n is 8 means 7th location we have to search. So that is why I have taken one for loop, I is equal to 0, I less than n and I plus plus. So first time what is my I? First time I is equal to 0. So when I is equal to 0, condition is true. If condition is true and n is equal to here 8, so I less than n. Inside what I did, a of I is equal to key. A of I means I is equal to 0, a of 0 is equal to actually 10. Is it my key? No, it is not my key. So if it is not my key, so inside it will not go. So what I did, can I say that my element is not found? In this case, if a of I is my key, I can write key is present. Else case key is not present. But whenever you are searching element, 3 things in your mind, that what you are going to search. That means whether you are searching that element is present or not. Second thing, if it is present, how many times present. Third point, if it is present, which index present. So three things you have to keep in your mind, that is depend upon your program capability. So what I did here, if my element is not present in the first index, can I write here else element is not present? No, because we have to travel up to the end. So this is my for loop for traversing. So up to the end I have to search. So what I did, I searched each and every element, and here I have taken another variable, that is suppose p is equal to 0, and I made it, if element is present then p plus plus. Everything over. Now first case, I is equal to 0, a of I is equal to key, no. Then I will be increased, I is equal to 1, a of 1 is equal to 15, is it my key? No. Then I is equal to 2, a of I is equal to, a of 2 is equal to 12. Is it my key? No. Then I is equal to 3, a of I is equal to means a of 3 is equal to 13. Is it my key? No. Like that, when I is equal to 6, when I is equal to 6, is it your key? Yes. If it is your key, what it will print? Key is present at percentile d I, means ith location key is present. What is the value of I? 6. So it will print you 6th location the value is present, and it will increase the value of p. Here what, this is the way of programming, that in my way some different programmers have written in different way. Why I have taken this p element? Because earlier I have taken p is equal to 0, and now once the element is found, it will increase the p. Then I value will be, after 6 I value will be 7. When I value will be 7, it will again ask, is it your key? A of 7 is your key? No. Then I value will be 8. Then the for loop will terminate. After the end of this for loop, if I will check, if my phi equal to 0, that means inside this for loop the execution of this program has not gone. So p is not incremented, that means I have not found my element. But if p is incremented, how many times p will increment? That much of times the key value is present. Here 25 is present once, so p value will be only incremented by 1. So that is p value will be 1. So if p is 0, you can write printf data not found. Data not found. Else case, printf data found percentile d times. How many times? No, p times. That is your end of the program. See how interestingly the program went from 0th location to 7th location. So this is our actually the sequential search algorithm. Sequential search. This is our sequential search algorithm. So here we searched each and every element from the starting to the end. And here what we did, three things we have done. One is, if our element is present, it will say that key is present, and if it is present, where it is present, it will give the index line here, I value. If it is I is 6, in 6th index the key value is present. And another thing is also giving here, by printing data found in percentile times p, that means starting you have taken p is equal to 0, and whenever the key is present, p is incremented. That means the number of times also you can able to print. This is the way of writing, but sequential search technique is saying that you have to go from start to end to find out the element. Now the time comes for time complexity. Time complexity. So most of the people have the doubt that what is best case, what is worst case, what is the best case time complexity, what is the worst case time complexity, what is the average case time complexity. So first of all we should have to know what is the best case, what is the worst case, and what is the average case. Then only you can say that what is the time complexity. That is called as a priori analysis. A priori analysis means before prior running to the program, you have to analyze it, what is the time complexity or time taken, running time of the algorithm. That is called as a priori analysis. So here best case is saying that if your element is at first index means here in 0th index. So if your element is in your first index, what is the time complexity? It will take only one time, single, that is a constant time. So you can say that it will take 1, or you can represent it order or big O of 1. So this you can, what is the order function or growth function, you can check or visit my previous class. So this in best case, if your element is at first index, then it takes order of 1 time. But worst case means if your element is not present in the first position or second position or third position, and you have to traverse up to the end of the array, that means at least, suppose your size of the array is 8 times you have to check it, compare it. That means in worst case, key is present or not, that is your search is successful or not, you have to traverse from 0th location to your end location. That means if there are n elements you have to search and compare. So that is why in worst case, that is if the element is in last position. If it is in last position, that means definitely you have to go for the last position to search. Otherwise, if it is not present also, you have to search. But in successful case, I am taking only, that is the worst case. If the element is in last position, then you have to traverse n number of time, means n number of comparison you will go. So n time complexity is n. That can be represented in big O of n. Now the third case comes, so many students have the doubt, what is average? How could we take the average case? Average case means actually what? If your element is present here or here or here, you could not know. That is why average case is the total number of cases. Total number of cases means that is if your element is in present in 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, for each case time complexity. Time complexity, that is you can say that like a time taken for each case divided by total number of cases. Total number of cases. That means how could, this is very difficult for a particular different type of algorithm or particular type of algorithm to analyze the average case, because each and every case you have to analyze. So first case is time taken for each case, means if it is in 0th, if it is in 1, if it is in 2, if it is in 3. Now you tell me, if it is in first index, then it will take constant time 1. If it is second index, it will take 2 times comparison. If it is in third index, if it will take 3 times comparison. Up to if it is in nth index, it will take n time comparison. And divided by total number of cases is here n cases. If you have n number of data, so you can go for n. And for average case I am telling you, then it will be, this is the formula for n into n plus 1 divided by 2, and this is divided by n. So you can divide this n and n is equal to cancel, and now it will be n in n plus 1 by 2. So this is the average case time complexity is n plus 1 by 2, and it can be represented in growth function like big O of n. So most of the cases, because it is n by 2, if you will take a n by 2 and plus like that, if you will divide it, so here it will be also order of n. So most of the algorithm in average case is same as worst case. Most of the algorithm. So this is my today's class, in which what we have discussed, the linear search or we can say it is a sequential search. How we are searching from start index to end index, what is the time complexity in these three cases. This is all about today's class, and next class we are going to discuss about binary search, another searching technique that is called as binary search and its time complexity. So my dear friends, if you are liking my class, please go and subscribe. Thank you all.